back with Matters of the Heart with psychological performance coach in the house, Barkie McKrea. The hot topic tonight, we're talking love languages. What is your love language? And so the importance of that, Mr. McKrea.
Yeah, I think for me, I mean, people talk about 5, 6, 7. Some people even talk about 10 love languages. But I think at the end of the day, you got to figure out, first of all, what's your love language. Some of us intertwine, but then secondly also, if you're in a relationship, you got to figure out what is your primary love language that the other person requires.
Okay, and so the great news tonight, viewers, I've got not 1, not 5, I've got 13 tickets up for grabs to our workshop. We'll give you a quick lowdown in a moment. And ek dink die persoon met die most interesting vraagie or comment, we're going to give those tickets away. So just to quickly tell you, the workshop with Councillor Barkie McKrea with Salam Abbas will be held on the 12th of July in 2 weeks' time, and that's on a Saturday afternoon from 2:30 until 5:30. The workshop, very quickly, Barkie, it's about who am I? Perhaps just a quick lowdown of what it's all about, what they can expect at the workshop.
Yeah, I think one of the fundamental things when you work with people is we have a tendency to always thinking what we're supposed to do out there, but then they haven't discovered themselves. And so you'll find it even when our kids are finished with high school, they take a sabbatical year or they take a gap year, and it's like to find yourself. So everybody's looking for ways to find themselves. So it's who are you? When are you gonna find yourself? And so a lot of people take a long time to discover who they really are. And so when you do a workshop like this, or a little bit of an intervention where we can talk about and get people to do these little exercises and discuss how you can do it, not just intrinsically, what you can do to rediscover who you really are, man. Instead of surrendering that position for 40 years, 30 years, 15 years, 10 years, then when you're old and you have all this regret, and then you start thinking you never fully actualized or lived your full life because you never really, first of all, you never found yourself, and you were never allowed to be yourself. So it's quite sad.
And of course, McKrea is big on being authentic, being you, being unique, and truly who you are. But so enige vrae is welkom. We've got Sarah in the house. Hello, Sarah.
Hi.
She's one of the interns of Matters of the Heart, and she'll be taking your questions, of course. So we'll do that in a bit. So 10 tickets sponsored by Studio 47. They're out in Woodstock in Lower Main Road. Hee-ha. So big thank you to Washila and to Wishtak of Studio 47. That's 10 tickets up for grabs. Obviously, you know, wherever the winners are tonight, they will collect the tickets from Studio 47, all right? And 2 tickets sponsored by Zane Designs. That is in the Mr. Chief building. That's shop number 11 and 12. The Mulhouse. Those 2 tickets will be collected there as well. That's number 10 Indolent Crescent. And a ticket sponsored by Palmo's Meat Hyper. Many thanks to Sadiq. So that's 13 tickets up for grabs. All right. So we've got Akila Fortune also standing by, and the girls will be zooming in on the questions in a moment. But your love language, McKrea?
Yeah, I think my love language has always been service, act of service. I think for most men, predominantly. I think it all intertwines. You know, some people want affirmations, some people into physical touch, but we normally talk about affection. And then for most people...
And I think the reason why I'm asking you, because not a lot of people understand when you're saying, what is your love language? So I think you just need to break it down for people to get a better insight, to get a better understanding.
I'm not a fan though of the all 5 thing. I think there's too many love languages, and sometimes we tend to just look at the top, so-called top 5. But if you look at affirmations, acts of service, if you look at gifts, if you look at those kind of, it's all intertwined. So for me personally, my love language, and I think for most males, not all males, as fathers, it's always to serve. But sometimes to serve is not enough when you're in a relationship or when you're with your kids, and you got to serve and, you know, have affirmation or acts of service, this, that. And so it's all intertwined. So I think for a lot of people, they kind of intertwine the love languages. For some people, and you know, listening, all these are indication of highlighting your love language. The main thing is what is yours, knowing what yours is, what you require from whoever is in your, you know, box, and then also what makes you tick, but then also having the ability, the wisdom, and the knowledge to know what others, reading what others love language, and those are more for the people in the relationship. Make an effort to rediscover or discover the love language that your partner requires, because that's the biggest mistake people make in relationships. They impose their love language, which is service or affirmation, whatever. So you could be giving your husband a whole lot of affirmations, and it's not really what he wants. So figure out what your partner wants. What's their affirmation? What's their basic?
What tickles their fancy?
That's it. What is their basic love?
So I've also got to apologize because we were going to have the live on Thursday, and then I was done with flu, and then we postponed, and so Malha's in the house. Before we continue, I'm not even going to answer. Let's quickly move in on the first comment that came through.
Alries says hi.
Hey, Alries. Hello.
Estelle says communication is a key to a relationship.
Absolutely. Definitely.
So as Estelle is highlighting my point and my argument of earlier on is that for her communication is important.
Yeah.
But I want Estelle to also be aware that for somebody else who's in her life, communication might not be the primary love language. So it's very important that you understand that. So also when we talk about relationships, we always talk about compatibility. So you want to be in a relationship with somebody that's compatible to your love language as well.
So just to tell Estelle and is it Alries, right? So to all my viewers, I've got a total of 13 tickets to give away. It's our first workshop after a very long time with Salama Abbas and McKrea. And so we're just feeling very generous. Barkie and I, we're giving away those tickets tonight. So if you want those tickets, A, is your comment valuable? Does it add the wow factor? And secondly, do you really want to attend the workshop? Let's move in on the next one.
Alries says intimacy, non-sexual, is mine.
Yes, it's affection. So affection, it's linked to physical touch, and intimacy is all intertwined, and it's most people's love language. The key is to know how to apply it.
Yeah, let's move on.
Undivided attention when spending time together, from Salama Abbas.
100%. So as you can see, for Salama Abbas, being neglected, not being communicated to, not getting attention is not going to work for her. And if she marries somebody, or if she's in a relationship with somebody where that's not important, it won't work.
Okay, keep it rolling. Weighing on the topic, be part of the conversation. We've got psychological performance coach counselor in the house. Believe it or not, darlings, the man's got 2 degrees. Let's move in on the next one. Hello.
Alries says, for my husband, this is to allow him to sleep long.
Ah, okay. Alries, darling, I must have you at the workshop. So I'm giving away 2 tickets to Alries. Coming your way, darling. But you've got to collect it. It will either be at Ben K Pharmacy. It's a new client of mine. They're out in Rosamond Avenue. She can connect with me after the show. Thank you, Barkie. It helps 2 heads think better than 1. Let's move on to the next one.
Salama Abbas says, be specific when praising your partner.
Okay. And Sarah says, yep. Keep it rolling. 11 more tickets up for grabs to our workshop. It's going to be a very exciting one. The first after a very long time. You can see who's who in the zoo. Come and connect with Salama Abbas. Come and say hello to Barkie McKrea. He's definitely looking forward to meeting all of you. And it's going to be fun, it's going to be exciting, it's going to be riveting, it's going to be absolutely wow. Guaranteed. Let's move in on the next one.
Alri says, thank you, love.
Pleasure, honey. Absolute pleasure. And on to the next one.
Becky says, where's the workshop?
Hello, Becky. So it's in Park Road, number 88 Park Road in Wynberg. The unfortunate part, we only decided on this last week, we can only accommodate probably about, you said 50 people?
45 to 50.
About 50 people, okay? So julle moet vinnig wees. Keep it rolling. Let's move on to the next one.
Shaim van Nelson says, salam Adiela.
Hey darling, how's it? Great to hear from you. So I'd be very interested, very curious to know what is your love language, Mr. Van Nelson. And also to our Rees and the crew that's commented, let us know. For ons voortgaan, let's quickly move on to the next one.
Becky says, so how does one book? Let her know. If she keeps commenting, she'll get a free ticket.
Nogal. My producers are taking over tonight. We've got Sarah in the house. We've got Akila Fortune. And they will decide on the winners tonight. But I think, Becky, Barkie and I both feel very generous. I think maybe just give her 1, 2. What's a yay? You're in charge tonight.
Bobby says, salam Angel.
Hey darling, how's it? Okay, Becky, 1 or 2. Girls, 1 or 2, quickly.
1.
1. Sarah says 1, Akila.
We'll decide at the end of the live.
Barkie,
but for now, it's 1.
For now
it's 1.
Right,
But we decide at the end of the live.
Becky, my producer says 1. Okay, so that was 2 for Alrees, 1 for Becky, that's 3. 10 more up for grabs, sponsored by Studio 47, Zane Designs, and Palmo Meat Hyper. Who knows what Thursday holds? We might just decide to give away more, but let's move on.
Salama says, understand your partner's love language to have a lasting relationship. Estelle says, honeymoon should never stop, but it's a cost. But it's a cost when it comes to a female. Gifts be spoiled.
Okay.
Becky says, I'm loving this energy.
Fawaz
Cupido says, salam, Auntie Adiela. I'm a Stellenbosch University student and I love your content.
Okay, well, because of that, honey, I'm giving you producers. Sarah, Akila, you're making notes of our winners tonight. Okay, Fawaz, I'm giving you 1 ticket, all right? So that's 4 tickets, am I right? And you know what? Let's give 1 to Estelle
as well, yes.
Okay,
and
that's
then
5
Estelle
tickets
says,
that we gave away thus far. That is, girls, 8 more up for grabs, right? 8 more tickets up for grabs. And it's going to be to the most interesting comments. I'm going to leave it to my producers, to Sarah and Akila. Let's move on.
Estelle says, and then a man will never go hungry in bed.
A hungry man is an angry man. Am I right, Barkie?
Fawaz says, shukran so much. And then Becky says, for me, it's important to acknowledge that love languages change.
Yeah, very interesting.
That's interesting.
That is so true. Thank you
for
mentioning that.
That's a brilliant comment. Let me just explain on that comment. So you'll find it's a lot got to do with stages.
Yeah.
So when you're between 20 and 20 to 29, 30, you'll find that you're in a phase where your love language is predominantly geared towards a specific love language.
Definitely.
You'll find when you start
producers are doing that.
You'll have your
questions
kids,
are coming in.
and as the stages go on, your love languages will change.
Absolutely. And when you hit your 60s like Barkie. Let's move on to the next one.
Bobby says, I believe if both partners have honesty, then love, and it all falls in place.
Yeah, totally agree. 1 ticket to you, Bobby. Producers, make note that 6 tickets we gave away thus far.
A
Many
reminder
thanks.
for everybody that want tickets to just DM Adiela Fortune after the live.
Please do that. Okay, so that's 6 tickets we gave away. Many thanks to Studio 47, to Ashila, to Mushtaq, to Zayn by Zayn Designs in the Mr. Cheap building, to Palmer's Meat Hyper. Many thanks to Sadiq, who's always ready to roll when it comes down to giveaways and freebies. Let's quickly move on to the next one. Yeah.
Estelle says, thank you so much. Excited to join the group. Pang says,
Great to have
Salam,
you
my
on board.
brother Barkie, my primary school buddy. Said,
Say Chomi. Shall we give one to this Chomi?
Habibuddin says, and for me,
All right, Habibuddin. But Habibuddin's got a lot of moolahs. I want Habibuddin to pay. Habibuddin, you've got to pay, darling. You've got to pay. He's a very good friend of mine, very dear friend of mine. Let's move on.
Becky says, my partner
Uh-huh.
and I have a 12-year age gap. It's
Okay.
refreshing, but you have to stay current.
Well,
Habibuddin
Habibuddin,
said,
I also had a 12-year age gap. And although we're completely different, I mean, we also had a lot in common. So, ik weet niet of dit sin maak nie. But, yeah. Malhouse in the house. Let's move on.
Habibuddin said, thank you for my free gift.
I
Louis.
did not say free. Jy moet betaal. Okay, let me make it a tad bit more clearer. The people with the moolahs gotta pay, alright? Net 'n grappie. Okay, Habibuddin, we will
Louis.
give you a ticket. Uh-huh.
Louis Harden
Louise, hey Louise, hello.
says,
Welcome to the
all
show.
the way from Klein Karoo. Moa Staken
Yeah.
says, I don't actually know what the love language is, and I don't know what my partner's is, if he doesn't know either.
I know, Mo, what your love language is, Barkie. We know what her love language is, right?
Yeah.
It's the moolah. It's the moolah. Mo loves the gifts. She loves the gifts. We know that by now, Mo. And we're super excited to meet with you. So, 1 ticket to Mo. Producers, how many tickets? 7 we gave away, yeah? So, which means 6 more up for grabs. Our workshop's gonna be exciting. Adrenaline's gonna be pumping. It's we're looking forward. Let's quickly move on.
Habibuddin said, you're so beautiful, Adiela.
thank
Watch what you say, because you might come to my house again. Becky says, I
Is that
love
Habibuddin Hanslow?
Habibuddin.
Okay.
Becky says, I love that for us, just something about 12 years.
You know
Becky
what I
says,
think
what's
before
the
we
price
move
of a
on-
ticket?
Before we move on to Becky, I just want to say, you, as old as you feel, front of my eyes, or as young as you feel. Jammer, Becky. So the cost of the ticket is 120 Rand. But I've got amazing clients, you know. Whenever I've got an event coming up, Mushtaq, Washila, and the crew, they will just Adiela 10 tickets, 5 tickets, 2 tickets, you know. So thanks to these guys, you get the freebies, darling. So we said producers, 6 more tickets up for grabs, yeah? Okay, let's move on.
Bobby says, the love between you both are visible. Love that for you guys. The love between you both also visible. Love that for you guys.
I love my bestie over here. Barkie and I've been pals for 20 years, and he's my go-to guy with everything, my best friend, and yeah, he's broke. So, but I love him to bits. He's my bestie. So, yeah, we said 6 more tickets up for grabs. Let's move on. Producers. Very quickly, so Mo Barkie was saying that she doesn't quite get the love language, right? But we all have love languages. So just explain that perhaps again to the viewers to get a better insight, to get a better understanding.
Yeah, I'm going to say something to the viewers that they might be shocked about love languages, which most people don't know. So if you study love language in a more intense academic way...
Hold that thought for a moment. Let's quickly take that coming.
Bobby says, can see you guys have a true friendship. Keep it up.
Oh yeah, he's my buddy. He's I do love him to bits.
Yeah,
okay.
so the thing about love languages
Uh-huh.
that a lot of people don't know, Adiela, this is very important because I want them after the show to introspect about this when they're alone, because it might actually get emotional, or it might actually make them think and I'm not saying they're going to get sad, but it will make them think. Is that the love language that you predominantly need is the love language that you were not raised in. So for instance, if you never received affirmations when you were young, like compliments
you'll
and
be
stuff,
craving that.
You'll be craving the very thing that you were not raised in.
That you've lost out on.
So you'll see people that never had affection when they were young, they would want over affection when they're old.
Yep.
So just be aware of that your love language is actually an indictment or indication of what was you were deprived of, or where there was a shortfall. So a lot of people are not aware of that. They're thinking it's a natural love language, but it's actually how they were raised.
Let's move on.
Estelle says, I think love languages change as going in a new relationship.
I think she's got a point.
Then new love language is everyone are different.
Yeah, can I explain that in a different way?
Yeah.
So we had a show 2 weeks ago where we dealt with trauma. So if a woman or a guy has been cheated on, then she goes through a traumatic event. Maybe it's not childhood trauma, but it was a traumatic event.
Brought on.
So she was betrayed. So you'll find that her love language might change because of that betrayal.
Yeah.
So that's also a cause of people changing their love languages based on their life experience.
Okay, my producers tonight, Sarah and Akila's going. Okay, so 6 more tickets up for grab. Let's move on to the next one.
Salama says, give your partner a backup when they're tired. Fake says, hey, salam from the Al-Azhar family.
Hello,
Rima says, salam is a ticket only for the newcomers.
No, honey, it's you know, Barkie and I are feeling so generous tonight. So, producers decide, do we give her a ticket, yeah?
Dreamer deserves a ticket because Dreamer always supports our lives.
Ticket to you, Dreamer. That's 8 tickets we gave away thus far to my family at Al-Azhar. 1 ticket to them. That's 9.
4 left.
4 left. 4. Huh? He's great at maths, nogal. Okay, let's move on.
Chelsea Lee says, money can't buy happiness. Having your partner as your best friend and putting them first always. Becky says, that's making so much sense. Aisha Williams said,
hey Aisha.
But people can lie. So how do you know if the love language is real?
Very good question.
Very good question. Before we move on, I know you guys are doing that, but
can we
delve
into that? Because
the
problem with love language is if people are smart, and this is more a male thing, and it sounds sexist, but it's unfortunately true. You find it amongst females as well, but it's mostly a guy thing. When a guy is manipulative and has discovered your love language, he can manipulate that love language. So obviously he cannot manipulate the money thing, however he can pretend that he's wealthy because he can give you, so you'll find that a male will give you loads of acts of service because he suffers from hero syndrome. So what he'll do is he'll do a lot of service because he knows you love act of service or your attention. So quality time is the love language. So he'll do that at the beginning and you will fall in love with him. But when you actually marry him or
get to know the real McKrea,
exactly, you fall into a relationship, you will find that he cannot sustain it.
Yeah.
So it was manipulated. So it's very important that you need to also ascertain whether the love language that you receive is truly real.
Genuine.
Is it authentic? And so you can figure that out through the tiny little red flags that people give you.
And we'll talk about the red flags in our next show. So, producers, let's move on.
Dreamer says thank you.
Pleasure, darling.
Irfan Samsudin says, if I don't get a ticket, Mo cannot go to the seminar for my husband. If he doesn't get a ticket, then Mo can't go.
Well, we want Mo in the house. We love Mo. So, Irfan, that ticket goes to you.
So, you have 3 tickets left.
3 more tickets left.
Do you want
Is there anybody that commented that we did not
Aisha.
Aisha.
Yes.
Aisha, that's a ticket for you as well, darling. Guys, please keep in mind, message me after the show. I will confirm where tickets must be collected. One of the places is Studio 47 in Salauri Road in Woodstock. You can either chat to Mushtaq or to Washila. And of course, Zane Designs, as well as Palmer Meat Hyper. But just connect with me, all right? So how many tickets have we got left, producers? 2 more. 2 more tickets up for grabs. How many minutes do we have left of the show?
We have 15 minutes.
We do. Okay. All right.
Are you going for 40 minutes or?
Yeah.
So there's 15 minutes if you're going for 40.
I said 20 minutes.
Oh no, there's 5 minutes if you're going to do 40.
Oh my word.
So if you're going to do 50.
Initially I said 20 minutes. Are we on 35 minutes at the moment?
Yes, we're on 35 minutes.
We're going to end in the next 5 minutes because Barkie and I will have another show on. We decided Thursday night? Yeah. Thursday night we're back with another hot topic. So 5 minutes at all.
And 2 more tickets to give up.
Tickets up for grabs. Sponsored by Studio 47, Palmer Meat Hyper, and Zane Designs in the Mr. Cheap building. It's going to be a very interesting workshop. I promise you, you get to connect with Mad Max in the house, John, and you get the opportunity to pose all those interesting questions. Let's quickly move on.
Mo replied to her husband and she said, hectic, that was personal, bro.
Keep it personal.
Then Aisha says, thank you for the ticket.
Absolute pleasure. Alright, so
Salama says, physical touch keeps the flame alive.
Absolutely. Alright guys, we need to wrap it up. We're going to say bye-bye. We'll roll over the 2 tickets
to Thursday.
Thursday night. So same time, same place with Mad Max, psychological performance coach Barkie McKrea. He's actually a very good counselor. Connect with him on 082 346 5974. That's 082 346 5974. And if you want
I just want to make another comment.
Okay.
So another thing you guys would most probably want to hear, it's also from a psychological point of view, is that the foundation to relationships has its foundation in love, respect, and all these qualities, kindness, empathy, all of that. And you'll find that ironically love is actually the weakest of the form of the foundation. So as much as we're talking about love languages, you must remember those other qualities such as respect, kindness, all of those things, communication, all of those things will supersede love. So sometimes we put such a lot of emphasis on love that we forget the other major foundation that we require in a relationship.
I can never, ever say no. They used to choke me on radio like, 10 seconds, Adiela, you're over time. And I'm like, I've got to squeeze it in. I cannot say no. So I'm going to squeeze it in. Final comment, girls.
Mo says, I need to have a session with Barkie because my partner seems to have trust issues.
Oy.
And Naju says, Salam Adiela.
Salam, darling. Okay, Naju is a regular viewer. And I'm gonna
That's
just
why we
give
gave
that
him a-
ticket away.
That's why we gave the guy a ticket so that he's with you.
Yeah.
Let's keep it personal. Let's keep it personal. All right, the show where we keep it real, matters of the heart. We love connecting with you guys and girls. Producers are saying, time's up. Gonna wrap it up.
Time is
Okay.
up, but don't you want to remind Naju to message you after the live because she
Please
just
do
joined.
081-789-1094. Barkie McKrea, that's bmccrea@yahoo.com. Ciao, ciao. We out of here. We back Thursday night. Same place, same time, 8 o'clock. Chat to you then.